Good morning, or good afternoon, YouTubers. Just going to give you a little update on this place. We got it looking fairly good now as far as the ground goes. Got it kind of smoothed off a little more, hauled in quite a bit more dirt. Got the underground conduit in. Got the water line run from the water pump, which I believe I've already showed you there. Got the the wire run back to the water pump. I was going to show you this underground service I put in here. That's 2 old pieces of galvanized pipe that I had and some galvanized angle iron. Of course, it's old, you can see that. But I just welded that together, and I got 4.5 bags of 80-pound Sakrete in the ground there. I think about 3 foot in the ground. So this will be the underground service at the back of the trailer, at the back of the house trailer. Of course, I'm still waiting on the co-op come in here and hook it up, put my meter in, and run that wire through that conduit. But at any rate, I got my little excavator working good now. Apparently the trouble with it was the temperature sensing unit. I changed the temperature, the water temperature sensor, and I changed the oil sensor because it was leaking oil. So I changed it and also tightened up the fan belt. It was loose, but it's running fine now, doing like it's supposed to. I got the rust out of the fuel tank, all that kind of jazz. But so we just sort of waiting on the co-op. I was going to tell you, I want to tell you a little tale. Let me get around there where I can sit down in the shade. Don't see no use in me standing around in the sun. We were gonna build a cabin up here, was the plans to begin with, and I changed my mind. I decided it would, as old as I am and as slow as I am, it would take me a long time to build the cabin. So I thought I'd go ahead and put in a mobile home up here for the time being. Put that in and start getting some revenue coming in off the mobile home. So we went looking anyway to the closest town to us is Waycross, Georgia. It's 30 miles away. There's 3 mobile home dealers there. We went to the first one and didn't like what he had to look at much. As far as the we were thinking at the time about buying 2 houses, but they just didn't look good. So we went to the next dealer, and I didn't like his either so much. And we went to the third dealer, and I didn't like his. But we looked at a little nicer home at the third dealer. A little bigger home, a little nicer one. So I talked to Kate, and I said, after we come home, I said, baby, we ought to just get one and get a nicer home, because my theory is you need to keep a renter happy. They need to have a place that they think is that they're not wanting to move out every day. So, are looking for something better all the time. So we thought about it about a week. We went back and thought we had the best deal we could get from the man. We paid him a $1,000 deposit. Come on back home. I went back to work. Well, last Friday, I was on the excavator, I believe, working. One of the other dealers called me, wanted to know if I was still interested in the home. I said, well, we done made a deal on one. He said, well, I got another one coming in that I think you might like, and I'd make you a good deal on it. I said, well, I done paid this other guy $1,000. And, I'm going to lose that $1,000, so if you can beat that deal, including that $1,000, we'll talk. If you got a better home and I like it better, and and it's the price of okay, we'll talk. So he did. did look at, you know, the home that he had was bigger, and had some features in it that I liked better. So I said, okay, I might do that. I never made the deal with him, but I thought about it a couple of more days, or 3 or 4 days, and I called the one that I'd made the deposit to. Well, let me go back up a little bit. I told Kate, I said, you know, this guy's offered us a lot better deal, so let's go over to Douglas, Georgia. There's a plant over there, a manufacturing plant for mobile homes, and I said, we'll see what they got in Douglas. There's a couple of dealers over there. Douglas is 75 miles from where we live. So we went over there. I called the guy that I had given the $1,000 to, and I said, look here, buddy. I said, you've made $1,000. You done good. I'm not going to take that home. I know that, because I've got a better deal. And I left it at that. Well, he called and left me a message. Wanted me to get a hold of him. That he said, we're not going to let those people across the street beat our deal. We can do better. Well, I didn't call him back. Well, while we were in Douglas looking, he called. And he asked if I got his message. I told him yeah. But I wasn't so much interested in it. I said, you got $1,000. You ought to be happy. And he said, Mr. Maynard, he said, that's not the way it works. He said, you signed a buyer's agreement with us. I thought, yeah, okay. Boy, I didn't like that. I said, okay, I signed the buyer's agreement. If a signature was all you needed, why did I pay you $1,000? I told him, I said, don't start no bull with me. You got your $1,000. You should be happy. And then I got a little rude with him. I told him, I said, I'll tell you what, if you don't like it, you sue me. Of course, you know, he said, oh, Mr. Maynard, I didn't mean it like that. But now my britches had done got an award. I done got excited. But he just wanted to know what happened, he said. I told him, I said, well, one of the other dealers called me and made me a lot better deal. I said, I didn't call him. He called me. So, you know, there you go. So anyway, we've been looking at other homes, and so we hadn't made a deal yet. The people over in Douglas, both of them, one of them has made us a better offer, it looks like. But now I haven't seen the home yet. It hadn't come offline yet. But it looks like a better deal, and it's still an even bigger home than the first two that I had talked about buying. So anyway, just thought I'd tell you that little tale. I've never been good at negotiating stuff, never been a good somebody that, you know, wheels and deals and all that. Usually when I make my offer, that's my offer. And when I make my price, that's my price. That's the way I've ever sold anything or basically bought anything. I'm not much about negotiating. I'm kind of used to, I was in business for myself for about 34 years, and I had two customers, one in Brunswick, Georgia, and one in Houston, Texas. And for a good while, another one in West Virginia, a guy that I done business with. All of those people told me the truth, and I told them the truth. And I've done that for 34 years. I've got used to it. I can't get used to these people telling me this is the best deal I can make and then coming back and saying, well, we can do better, and that type of stuff. So that's going to take a little getting used to for me, I guess. If I'm going to do this wheeling and dealing, and I don't think I am, when I get this home bought, hopefully I'll be through with that kind of stuff. But I'm an old man, but I guess I still got stuff to learn. But I just thought it might interest you, and I know I've talked way too long. I've talked here nearly 10 minutes, and if y'all sit through that, you're braver than I thought you might be. But anyway, y'all have a good day, and thanks for watching, and we'll try to keep you updated when we make a decision on what we're going to do. Again, have a good day.